So, my name is Jennifer Marchand, and I am a trauma advisor here at Medica mondiale.
I'm Leonita Gojani. I'm from Gjakova, a city here in Kosovo, which has been damaged a lot during the last war.
I'm very excited today to be speaking with Leonita about the impact of coronavirus on women and especially survivors of violence in Kosovo. Leonita, could you give us kind of a brief overview of some of the lockdown measurements and restrictions that have been put in place in Kosovo since coronavirus?
First measures in Kosovo applied from the government were to avoid physical contact, to not go out just for fun, only if people needed food or medications. Then this time to go out was restricted to go out just for 1 hour and a half during all the day, all 24 hours.
What do those measures mean for women and especially for survivors of violence or even for women who are in domestic violence situations? What does it mean when there's a measure to stay at home?
For example, when I say about psychological difficulties that our client faced, I mean they had constant fear, they had panic, they had trouble breathing, they couldn't sleep properly, they started to have depressed feelings, and they had lack of hope. They started to think too much about the wartime, and they were remembering their trauma, especially those clients that were raped during March, April, and May 1999. They started to think more in a negative way about themselves and about the world.
Isolation and the measures themselves may have brought up some of those memories from the war.
A trauma of sexual violence is one of the most serious traumas that affects not only that individual that experiences that trauma, but also their family members and in general the society. And the risk of re-traumatization during this isolation time was very high.
When the war happened, there was so much silencing and so much stigmatization
Yeah.
of survivors of war rape. And that caused a lot of isolation.
Yeah.
And now, fast forward to today with coronavirus, there's also this kind of forced isolation in order to protect people. Were you able to run groups to connect survivors with each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did this through Viber talk or WhatsApp. We
Yeah.
formed the Viber groups where clients, part of the group, can communicate to each other, and they were sharing all the time what they were doing. They were sharing their food that they were making for their family, and we realized some exercise together, breathing techniques, positive things that happened during this time, and negative things, and they were showing so much support to each other. It was amazing.
So just helping their nervous system, helping their bodies.
We were mentioning to the clients all the time that to stay focused in the present, to not think about the time of the war, because we are not in that time anymore.
Is there anything, Leonita, that you would like to say before we say goodbye?
Um, I just wanted to thank you for this talk, and thank you to everyone who was watching and was listening. I'm very happy to have shared our work that we do in Medica Gjakova. I always wanted to help people, and with the profession that I have, and thanks to Medica Gjakova for giving me the opportunity to work in this wonderful organization, I can realize my dream and help my people who experience a lot. And also thanks to Medica Mondiale, the people who experienced the traumas during the war are not alone, and we will never forget that.